Hi, I'm Alan from the ABC Guys. Now, a lot of people understandably are very concerned about their finances just now, so we wanted to offer a couple of tips that might help you and your family. So the first thing is to relax. There's really nothing that any of us can do beyond staying at home and maintaining physical distance. Remember, the only thing that you can actually change right now is yourself and your behavior. So let's take a look at some of the things that might help. So the first thing we need to do is determine whether you got a problem or not. So have a look at all of the cash that you've got immediately available to you and what's coming in over the next couple of weeks. Maybe you don't have a problem. Once you know how much money you have, then you can start looking at your expenses. Now, a lot of these expenses will have disappeared. You're no longer going out to restaurants anymore. You're not going to the hair salon anymore. You're not going to the gym anymore. You're not driving as much, so you're saving gas and parking fees. Speaking of parking, if you pay for parking to be near to where you work, see if you can suspend those payments for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, as long as you can get your space back at the end of this crisis. Now, the other thing is daycare. You don't need daycare right now because the kids are at home. So don't pay those fees for the next couple of months. Just make sure, again, that you can get your space back once things return to normal. Now, it's also a great time to start looking at other expenses. Do you really need all of those TV channels that you're paying for? Maybe you could cut back on that. Or do you need the most robust cell phone plan in the world? If you can cut back here and save some money, you can then apply those funds to more important things that you really need, like groceries. One other thing to really think about is insurance. Do you have a whole life or a universal life policy? If so, you want to eliminate that immediately. Go out, get yourself a term policy that will cover you off, and as soon as that's in place, cancel any whole life or universal policies. These policies are a ripoff. They take thousands of dollars out of your pocket every year, and they will never give you any decent return. So get rid of those and save yourselves a lot of money. Now, if you've lost your job or you've lost your income, that's obviously very, very troubling. Fortunately, most governments in the world have plans in place to help you. So go online and see what you can get in terms of benefits, especially unemployment insurance, which they're trying to make easily accessible very quickly. So go check those things out right away. Now, if you're having trouble paying your rent, paying your mortgage, paying your credit card debt, don't try and hide from it. Approach those lenders and have a conversation with them. Most companies, most banks have programs in place so that you can defer those payments for a couple of months until things get back to normal. Take advantage of those things if you need to, but don't if you don't absolutely need it. What happens is they add the payments to the rest of the payments that you owe. So you're actually going to end up paying interest on the interest that you're already paying. So you want to avoid that if possible. But if you need the stress relief, take advantage of those programs while they're available. Just resolve that when this is over, that you try and accelerate your payments to pay those things down. Otherwise, you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life. If you still find yourself in trouble, then look up not-for-profit credit counselors in your town or city and have a conversation with them. They're usually in a really good position to help you in conversations with your creditors. Never, ever go to a payday loan company. Their charges are outrageous. You'll never get back from under those debts. So avoid payday loans as much as possible. Our advice would also be not to sell any of your stock portfolio. I know things have been looking terrible. If you look at your 401k or your investment package these days, you're down a lot. I understand that. It's very fearful. However, you haven't lost a penny yet. You only lose when you sell. If you sell, you've locked in those losses forever. Now, it will take a while, but that money will come back to where it started from. It's just going to take a long time. It might take 6 months, might take you a year, might take 2 years, even more if it's a really bad recession. But that money in the stock market will gradually come back to where it started from. But you got to have faith and leave it for the time being. If you really need to sell something, Sell your bonds first because they'll be much less of a loss. So now let's have a look and see if there are any potential positives to come out of all this mess. Now that you've got lots of time, instead of just watching Netflix and endless cat videos, why not take stock of where you are currently in your life? Ask yourself, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? If you're happy with your current job, fantastic. But maybe you want to do some skills upgrading or some education to help you become more valuable to your current employer. If you're not happy with your current job, now's the right time to start investigating what's out there so that you could get a better job. What kind of skills do you need? What kind of education do you need to get a better job in the future? Here's another great question to ask yourself. What are you passionate about? And could you turn that passion into a home-based business? For example, do you like buying and selling stuff on the internet? There's money to be made there. Do you have a skill set that could be useful to other people in an online course or a nonfiction book? Now's the time to work those things out. Or if you always wanted to write a fiction book, now's the time to do it. Trust me, there will always be cat videos to watch in the future. So take the time now and think about your future and how you can improve your finances. If you need more help, we're always available. You can contact us through the abcguys.com, where we have a brand new online course that you can take in the comfort and security of your own home anytime you want, you and your family. It will help you get out of debt and show you how to build your savings for the long term and a wonderful retirement. Thanks for watching and stay healthy.